Welcome back. It's time for Press Review. We take a look at what's making headlines across board and analyze it. And we have the Standard and the Daily Nation, as you have seen right there. Different edition of the Standard, but the one we have right here tells us that Raila fury at ODM officials over Kibra nominations, while the Daily Nation has run with inside web of lies that led police to Cohen's body. Now, joining the conversation is Ambrose Wedder, a lawyer. We also have Dr. Wandi Njoya, a lecturer at Daystar University and education experts, as well as Michael Agwanda, who is a political consultant. Welcome to the show, gents and lady. Let's start off with the Standard. You're being told Raila fury at ODM Kibra officials over nomination mess. Now, there are more details on this story on page 6 of the Standard, and we're told a furious ODM leader Raila Odinga reportedly pressed top party officials to explain mistakes in party voters register that marred Kibra by-elections, heating nominations during a heated meeting on Tuesday. What is your take on this lead story, Mr. Wedder?
Thank you so much. Last week we were hailing the ODM nominations as free, fair, whatever, mature. Kumbe Baba himself was not happy. What I think is that Baba himself would have had his own candidate. And in a free and fair elections, his own preferred candidate did not emerge. So to cover it up, he talks about, to cover his anger, he talks about disenfranchising all sorts of people. Yet he knows that the ODM itself, like all these other parties, although ODM is the oldest, does not have a clear-cut, strict register of members. There are quite a number of people. The Secretary General was here saying there are people who have been members all along, traveling with the leader, but they have not registered. Being a member of the party involves registration, paying membership fees, and organizing yourself as a member. The party has not maintained such a register, and it has not been that organized. So whatever they organized in their difficulties, to us outsiders, it looked like a very good thing. Wonderful. But now that maybe Baba himself is projecting a picture of a very organized party with a clear register of members and everything, therefore if they were not allowed to vote, he is very angry. Personally, I think his preferred candidate did not win. He did not want this Imran. Just like, let's truth be told, if he had his way, the late Ken would not have been MP the last time. These are realities that we know. Oh, yes. So, but when somebody has rested, we say, may Jehovah rest his soul in peace. So, again, this is to prepare ground so that if Imran wins, he has a chance of winning. Then it will be easy to approve him in 2022 when he say, you came in by mistake, by fluke, and now you're out. So this is in preparation for the future, and the future, I think, is likely to go back to Jacob's home. Now,
we're being told that at least 6 of the 10 aspirants in the primary attended that heated session, and according to a party official that is being reported in that story, in a section we're told Raila is very unhappy with the turn of events because the party's top leader cannot be working so hard to have a free and fair process, then some people in the secretariat sabotage it last minute. Mr. Agwanda.
I think all said and done, a nomination was done that was appreciated from all corners of this country for the first time. And I can say that there was a resemblance of free and fair nomination that has been very difficult to realize in ODM. I think for the first time you could see that only one aspirant, that's Peter Rero, decided to go to the tribunal to challenge the nomination of Imran Otieno. Now, what I will say is for Jacom to come out now and saying that perhaps he's not happy is not a very good thing for the voters of Kibera. However, if there was a case where some people did not find their names in the register, then you will the blame will go squarely to ODM. I can attest to the fact that ODM does not have a digitalized register for all its registered members. And that is not a problem of today. That has been a problem from ever since ODM began. ODM being the oldest party and the biggest, one of the biggest parties in the country, you'll expect that they will do things differently, that they will have all their members computerized, and that it's just a click of the button and then they're all downloaded. For some of those members not to find themselves, I am aware that people went to the polls and did not find their names there. That is not different from what IBC is doing. How many people have gone to IBC on a general election and have not found their names there? So it's not a new thing.
Right.
There will be people that will not find their names for human error reasons, but that does not really mean that the nomination was bungled or it was rigged. And again, if Jacom will be blaming anybody, will be blaming the likes of Senator Pareno, that has been in that position for a very, very long time. And therefore, it's not just a matter of blaming. If there were people that did a mistake, top organ of the party that did a mistake, they could have been suspended if Jacom really did not like them. But since we've not had anybody being, accused, as an individual to have manipulated the register, then it could just be, a statement that really doesn't hold much water. But I think for the first time, we all agree that there was a resemblance of democracy in this nomination and that the Kibera people nominated the right person. And I think he's going to carry the day.
And I think it's important to note that apologies were indeed met for some of the errors. And of course, they're being termed as a few mistakes. Dr. Njoya, what do you feel about this?
Oh dear, I'm not very good at politics, but I think these are problems with our democracy as it is, because we rely too much on political parties, on the nomination process before the elections. And when those are not done well, then you have to question what kind of leaders are we getting, even from now the main vote. I think we may need to rethink whether we want political parties in the first place. Maybe everybody should be an independent candidate. Then we finish, then they look for their sort of like their allies during the campaign, but not trying to tie the nomination process to elections, because the reason why the ODM ticket is so lucrative is because if you get the ODM ticket, you're most likely to win in Kibra. So I think these kinds of elections where the party already decides the election are a bit problematic, and maybe we need to rethink the way our democracy is organized, and maybe just do away with parties.
Or make independent candidacy something of a norm, that candidates do not cling to parties to the extent that they're, feeling shortchanged at the end of the day. Mr. Weda, you're smiling about this. Do you agree?
I think we are going to have the problem with parties for a long time because of resources, because of our organization, because of ideology. And we are growing. Free and fair elections has been there for the last, let's say, 20 years. The quest for free and fair elections. So the parties are still individual-based. If you go to ODM, it is Raila-based, Honorable Raila-based. If you come to Jubilee, it's Honorable Uhuru and Ruto-based. And if you go to Wiper, it is like that. But we are evolving. If the leaders chose to be genuine, if they chose to have free and fair, if they chose to embrace every candidate so that they don't look and say, oh, this one will support me very hard, this one will support me, then there will be that growth. But for now, in terms of funding, money would come, they put it in their pockets, or they give it to their relatives, and then they want their own clique. So the growth will take longer. But we can't do a politics without parties, because this is a borrowed system. Democracy as it is a Socratic system from the Greeks, and then we have tried to implement it, to polish it up. So we'll have parties, but let's build them from within. This one, Jacom would have just kept quiet, because we have held him. He has given us hope that ODM can be good. But now that the one that we think is good is the one that is unhappy about, then they should change where they just name candidates. If he names whether is the candidate for Senate, I go and celebrate, I tell the people what to do.